Hey, welcome to I Share Knowledge YouTube channel. As you have seen last time, we have seen how we use different parts, different tools, how we modify, how we set up, and how we can be able to use QuickBook by exploring first their essential parts. So today I would like to share with you in our part 1 how we create account, how we create sub account, how we record expense using QuickBook. So here I've got an example illustration which will help us through the process so that we can be able to keep up with QuickBook. So the first thing you need is to create accounts, to create a company, to set up company. So here, as you see, our company is called Quality Manufacturing Limited. So the first thing we have to do is to create this company. We have to open our QuickBook first, then we go to file and we find create a new company, then we create a new company. So we start setting up your company. You say no. As we have seen is a high, sorry, quality manufacturing limited. Industry is manufacturing. You can click on help me to choose, or you can type manufacturing. Okay, business type, you are maybe a sole proprietorship, you are a corporation. For us it be a corporation. You put a company address, a city, any phone number as you wish. So let's create our company. Let's start working. Then according to our example, as you can see, we have different opening balance at our date, which is 1st Jan 2020. So the first thing you have to set up a few things. You have to set up inventory and item purchase order, and also you have to set the closing day, the time you close your account. So you have to change or to modify every setting in QuickBook concerning your recording through edit, and you go to preferences. So about accounting period or closing date, you go to accounting, then you choose company preference, then you go to close date, you set up date. For us it will be on 31st December 2020. If you wish, you can set up a password as QuickBook advise you to, but for us, as we are just practicing, there is no need to. Yes, you close this. Then we have also to engage in multi-currencies for the reason that we are going to use Rwanda and France, which means QuickBook default currency is US dollars, means that you have to engage in multi-currencies so that we can set up Rwanda and France. You go edit preference, then you go to multi-currencies, then you take in use multi-currencies. You select buy view more currencies, then you find Rwandan France. You go make it active, then yes. Another thing is to set up inventory. Our inventory purchase order, inventory item are not active, which you have to do. We go also to edit preferences, then you go to inventory and item, you click yes to save the change, then we tick and we activate inventory and purchase order. Then we click OK. Now as we see, our company is now ready and we can start recording our transactions. As we are referring to our example, you see on 1st Jan we have an opening balance in bank, specifically in Equity Bank. This will engage us directly to what we call sub-account of an account. Here bank will be a main account which will have to be created first, but at the end it will have a sub-account because we have Equity Bank, we have a KCB, as the following transaction is showing. So let's have first create bank account as a main bank. You go to chart of accounts first, then you go to account, then you go to new, then you set bank on, you click yes, then we add bank as a main account. You save a new to create another. The other will be sub account of the bank account, which will be Equity Bank. So Equity Bank is linked to the main account of bank. So Equity Bank, it is a sub account of bank. Then we have an opening balance as our illustration is showing. Okay, we have 180 million rand and plans, 180 million rand and plans. Then statement ending date, okay, we can put our opening date, which is Jan 01, like this. Then we save a new because we still have a main account to create, which is concerned with the transaction of Jan 1st. The second will be opening balance in bank KCB of 10 million. Here we do not have to create another bank account as main account because we have already created one. Here we are going to create a sub account of KCB, which will be linked to main account of bank KCB. Okay, which will be linked to bank. Okay, so we have to enter an opening balance which is 10 million Rwandan francs, and the statement ending date we can put the 1st Jan. Okay, then we save a new. Okay, the following is motor vehicle value 20 million Rwandan francs. We have to create motor vehicle and machine as a sub account of PP, property, plant and equipment, because we have to minimize the account as much as we can. We have to put them inside of PP, but for more details we can make them a sub account of PPE. As what we are going to do, we are going to create a fixed asset which is PPE, then we save a new, then we create motor vehicle as a sub account of PPE. Yes, we go with opening balance. Opening balance here is 20 million Rwandan francs as of 1st Jan. Okay, then we save a new because we have machinery to create. So on transaction of machinery we do not have to create main account of PP because we already have one. So here we have to create machinery as just a sub account of PPE with an opening balance of 150 million Rwandan francs as of 01 Jan 2020. Okay, we save and close. We click OK, then save and close. Yes. So as you can see, we have our PPE as a main account of 170 million, which is a combination of 150 of machinery and 20 million of motor vehicle. Same as at bank account. Bank account as main account, it has 190 million, which is a combination of Equity Bank of 180 and KCB Bank of 10 million. You know, an opening balance will be opening balance of bank of an asset will be part of our equity, which have to be directly credited in our equity, owner's equity. So let's proceed with the next transactions. The next transactions is occurred on 3rd Jan, which concerning carriage services from a transporter. Okay, transporter limited, you might say. Let's have first, we have to create the carriage account, but first we have to know that we paid through the bank. We paid by a check, as we can say. First we have to create a vendor because we purchased. So we have to create a vendor. We have to enter a bill, and after we pay the bill will come from our service giver, which is transporter Ltd. We hit OK. Then the cost of service was 50,000 London francs. 50,000 London francs. Okay, here you can put terms if the terms are specified. You can choose here, set 1% and 10, the difference term according to the supplier or vendor, and the memo if you wish to. Then as an expense, this account will be linked to which account? As an expense, this account must be linked to carriage inward, which we do not have here, and we have to create one. Carriage inward is an expense, right? Is an expense, but is linked to cost of goods sold. Carriage inward is linked to cost of goods sold. First, yes, cost of goods sold. Carriage inward, as it is directly related to the main activity of the business, to the costs of the services. Okay, we hit save and close. Then we allocate them to carriage inward. Then we save and close. Yes. Right. Okay. Okay. After we have to pay the bill, as there is no thing that's showing us it was a credit. It means that after receiving the bill, we have to pay the bill, which we are going to do right now. We have a bill related to transporter Ltd, as you can see, of 15,100 francs, which means we have to pay. Then we don't have a discount. We have to pay the full amount according to the term of the bill, according to the term of the service. There is no discount will be provided. So that's why we have to pay. We pay this by tick this box, and after we pay which bank we are going to pay through. As the example showed, we have to pay through KCB. So here down there we have account bank, which it includes two bank equity and KCB. We have to choose KCB as the example shows. We click OK. Then you method, maybe it's check. Let's say check, because there is no other option that specified in the question, so we have to pay the selected bill. Then as they say, QuickBook asks you want to pay more bills. If yes, you click. If no, you click done. QuickBook always notify you after transaction, after payment. As you see, we have a notification, which means we have a check to print. As we pay by check, we have to print the check, so you have to print the check. So the next transaction is we sold product XY on 200,000 to Transporter Limited by cash. No, sorry, to Transformers Limited. Here we sold by cash. If we sold by cash, we sold to our client called XY. Okay, we first have to create an invoice. As we sold, we give an invoice, right? Then we receive payment. So we create an invoice. There is no any customer, we have to add one, which is Transformers rated, right? Okay, he doesn't owe us any money. The balance here is 0. You click OK. Then item, we don't have any item, so you have to add item called XY, which is non-inventory part, because if it was inventory part, it has been first put in inventory item so that we can get it here, but now it is not an inventory part called XY, right? Price we don't have. It has to be allocated to each account. As we are selling, it has to be allocated to sales, and you hit OK. Then we don't have price per unit, but we have amount in full, which was paid, which was 200,000, right? Like this. Then rate the same, description, quality, quantity not mentioned, description, sold to Transformer. You describe it as it is, then you click save and close. Hit yes. Okay, as you can see, we have created an invoice, though they have to pay their invoice, so we're going to receive the payment, right? We're going to receive the payment. We receive the payment from Transformers Limited. Suddenly, if you choose the client which already have been given an invoice, you will have the total amount he or she owes you. So in that case, you have to take the box as we did before. In the situation we had paid the bill, so you take here and you choose in which kind you are going to receive the payment. You're going to receive it by check, you're going to receive it by cash. Let's choose by cash, as our illustration shows we have been paid by cash, right? Okay, you go and you save and close. Okay, there is notification up here. Let's see. We have money to deposit. QuickBook, as normal in business, we don't have to keep huge amount of money in company. We have to deposit immediately the money for security, for procedure, for avoiding fraud, for avoiding misappropriation of cash, which means that we have to deposit the money and remains with one we need to use. So QuickBook tells you that you have amount to deposit. So let's deposit the money. You deposit the money by record a deposit. Record a deposit. They immediately shows you the amount you have in cash which need to be deposited. You tick the box, then you click OK. memo if you wish. Then you click save and close. Right, okay. Immediately the notifications tell you you have to deposit money will immediately disappear because you have done the request. Okay. The next is we have paid electricity of 100,000. Right, okay. We have paid, this means we have paid a vendor. We have to enter bills. We have received bill from, let's mention the name of the vendor. It's called Lake. It's called Lake Randa Image Group. Right, we have to create vendor which is called Lake. We don't owe him or her any cash. We click OK. Then we owe how much? 100. Okay. Then this amount will be allocated to an expense account called electricity. Luckily, unfortunately we don't have any, so which means we have to create one which is called electricity. You click save and close. Then we have the account in which the amount we pay will be allocated to. Then we save and close. Right, so we have received an invoice but we did not pay the bill, so we have to pay the bill immediately because there is no time which is mentioned at the time we have to pay. We have to pay it now. Okay, as you open pay bill, QuickBooks will show you all the amount, all the pending bills you have to pay. So this is the one for leg. We have to pay them. We paid through equity, right? Through equity bank. As you know, we have two bank. We pay now through equity. We come here on account bank ACB. No, we choose equity, right? Then you click OK. Yeah, through check. As you see, we have to check. Then we pay the bill. As you see, no more bill to pay. You read that here, right? As you see, the notification is telling you to print check, the first check and this one, so you have to do that. As you can see, we can do this. You can record in your daily transaction easily if you know how to differentiate an account, main account and the sub account. If you know how to pay a bill, to receive money through different way, through cash or through bank. This is think it was enough today, and you can do practice after maybe free time, so that you can be practical. So see you next time. Remember to subscribe so that you can be able to receive my notification for new lessons. Ciao.